You know, it's something, watching you perform and listening to you perform, nobody brings a story to life quite the way that you do. I guess you incorporate so many things, the blues, maybe your bass playing, a lot of your life.
And a lot of the people. You know, one of the richnesses of my life is being able to meet so many different kinds of people, you know, and I think I try to bring some of those kinds of characteristics to that.
I love it. Well, you know, we can sit here and talk about what you do and how you do it, but how do you feel about getting up and performing some for us right now?
I love it.
I'm telling you, Nat Turner has a style that it's unbelievable, but you feel it when you hear it and you watch him. When you go to the record stores, I know they're available, Tower Records, and there's a post office box we'll tell you about later on, but this is what you need to look for. Nat Turner, Hughes' Views of the Blues. You ready?
The title of this piece is Springtime. I wish that spring would come more often now that it is here, said Simple. How could it come more often, I ask. It could if God had made it that way, said Simple. I also wish it would be longer. It looks as if you would prefer spring all the year round, I said. Just most of the year, said Simple. As it is now, summer comes too soon and winter lasts too long. I do not like real hot weather, neither cold. I like spring. Spring is too changeable for me. Sometimes hot, sometimes cold, I replied. I am not talking about that kind of spring, said Simple. I mean June time spring, when it is just nice and mellow, like a cool drink. Of what? I asked. Anything, said Simple. Anything that is strong as the sun and as cool as the moon. But I'm not talking about drinking now. I am talking about spring. Oh, it is wonderful. It is the time when flowers come out of their buds, birds come out of their nests, bees come out of their lives, Negroes come out of their furnished rooms, and butterflies out of their cocoons. Also, snakes come out of their holes, I replied. They is little snakes, said Simple. Else big old sleepy snakes that ain't woke up good yet till the sun strikes her. That's why I do not like summer, because the sun is so hot, it makes even a cold snake mad. Spring is my season. Summer was made to give you a taste of what hell is like. Fall was for the clothing store people to coin money, cause every human has to buy an overcoat, muffler, heavy socks, and gloves. Winter was made for landladies to charge high rents and keep cold radiators and make a fortune off of poor tenants. But spring, throw your overcoat on the pawn shop counter. Tell the landlady to kiss your foot, open your windows, let the fresh air in. Me, myself, I love spring. Why, if I was down home now, Daddy-O, I'd get out my fishing pole and take me a good old Virginia ham sandwich and go sit on the banks of the river all day and just dream and fish and dream. I might have me a big old bottle of beer tied on a string down in the water to keep cool, and I'd just fish and dream and fish. You would not have any job, I asked. I would respect work just like I respected my mother and not hit her a lick. I'd be far away from all this 6 o'clock a.m. clock business, crowded subways, gulping down my coffee to get to the man's job in time, and working all day shut up inside where you can't even smell the spring, and me still smelling ether and worried about my winter hospital bill. If I was down home, Buddy-O, I'd pull off my shoes and let my toes air and just sit on the riverbank and dream and fish and dream. And I would not worry about no job. Why didn't you stay down home when you were there? I asked. You know why I didn't stay, said Simple. I did not like them white folks, and they did not like me. Maybe if it wasn't for white folks, I would have stayed down south where springs come earlier than do up here. White folks is the cause of a lot of inconvenience in my life. They even driven you away from an early spring, I said. It do not come as early in Harlem as it does down south, said Simple. But it comes, and there ain't no white folks living can keep spring from coming. It comes to Harlem same as it does downtown too. Nobody can keep spring out of Harlem. I stuck my head out the window this morning and spring kissed me bang in the face. Sunshine patted me all over the head. Some little old birds was flying and playing on the garbage cans down in the alley. And one of them flew up to the third floor rear and looked at me and cheeped. "Good morning." I said, "Bird, how'd it do?" Just then I heard my next door roomer come out of the bathroom, so I had to pull my head in from that window and rush to get to the toilet to wash my face before somebody else got there, because I did not want to be late to work this morning, since today is payday. New York is just rush, rush, rush. But oh brother, if I was down home, I know, you would just fish and dream and fish, I said. And dream and fish and dream, said Simple. If spring was to last forever, as sure as my name is Jess, I would just fish and dream.
That was excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was wonderful.
It's my pleasure.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And we'll be back with more Jazz Central right after this.